Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rachel. Today I'm going to talk about 4 specific mistakes that I've been making while decluttering and minimizing my home. Kind of the inspiration for this was just that I've been working on my house now for about 2 months since I've really committed to trying to be a cleaner person. In that 2 months, my house has kind of seen ups and downs between being really clean because I did a quick clean video, or between just sort of being like completely in disarray because I was working on my wall or our book nook area. So it's definitely just had its ups and downs in terms of what it looks like in the state of the house. And as far as I'm concerned, that's totally fine. At least I think it has to get messier before it can get clean. That's what I tell myself. Seems like that makes sense. So right now I chose to do a sort of wide-ish shot to just show my house is not looking good right now. It's just a mess. The reason that I'm showing that is because this is just the reality of it. No matter how much stuff we take out and throw away and how many times we clean it up, if we don't have these habits in place, it's just gonna get messy again. So I don't wanna fool anybody into thinking woohoo, 2 months into this and I'm a new woman, because I'm not a new woman, not yet anyway. Basically, the state of my house today is what sort of inspired this video, and I was inspired by it because I thought, you know what, I need to evaluate and figure out, why is my house still so messy? And I'm not down on myself. In fact, I actually, kind of per my usual state, I'm feeling fairly cheerful and I'm feeling positive about this. And I'm positive because I love to evaluate and I just like to learn from things. And so what I've been learning is I've made 4 mistakes that I feel like maybe I could teach you guys, and then you won't make the same mistakes. So you can learn from my mistakes. There's always a cat trying to get in my cameras. Go on, kitty. So yes, mistake number 1. This is probably the biggest mistake that I've made, and the thing that's kind of irking me the most, and it's not taking trash and or donate items out of the house the moment that you decide they're trash or donate. I mean, I get it, you can't take one item out and bring it out to your car or go drive it to a drop-off somewhere. I totally get that, but you can fill a box, and once it's full, get it out of sight. Just get it gone. For me, I think the reason that I feel like I've had a problem with this is because my nearest donate drop-off center is about 40 minutes away. It's a little bit tough to commit an entire day just to go drop off a box. So for me, I want to have the Jeep filled with stuff if I'm going to go spend a day dropping it off at the donate center. That's basically why I've had so much trouble with getting this donate stuff out, is because I keep on justifying why I shouldn't take it out yet. But it needs to go somewhere, because if you don't take them out right away, they're just going to clutter up your space and it's going to be stressful. They're there, you're going to walk around them, it gets messy, it feels cluttered. It's just, even if you know that they're not going to be in your life for forever, it's still just stressful to have that extra clutter there. So that's one big reason. But the second reason, and probably the most important, is that there's a really good chance that if you leave them in your home too long, they're going to get reintegrated into your space. So what was once I'm definitely going to donate this item suddenly becomes oh, wasn't I going to donate that? To oh, I'm using this thing now. I guess maybe I don't need to donate it because I guess I'm going to use it. I guess it's not so bad. I guess maybe I like it. Whatever the thing is, you had made a decision once, and you made a decision that it didn't bring you joy, that you didn't love it, that you didn't want it. So we got to get that stuff out of there. Case in point, I've got a whole bunch of mugs, a lot of mugs that I had already sorted through, and I was like, cool, I'm getting rid of these. And right now, I'm going to tell you, half the mugs are sitting over here right above my dishwasher, and they're somehow back in use. So, not cool. We need to get rid of those. And if you think, no, I'm not the kind of person who's going to take my items and put it back, into my daily use, maybe you're not. Maybe you are good like that. But if you have a kid, it's going to happen. Mistake number 2 is not seizing the moment. If you don't seize the moment when you're feeling the motivation to clean, declutter, whatever it is, you might lose it. I mean, it's just one of those things where if you feel the urge to do it, then just Do it. Seize the moment. Take that motivation that you have and go do whatever task it was that you wanted to do, because that's when you're going to perform the best. You're going to feel good about it. You've got the energy to it. It's just going to be better. And, honestly, from a procrastinator here, I'm not giving a tip on how not to procrastinate. This is probably a form of procrastination, but it's also a form of like getting stuff done. And if you have the time and the ability to make those decisions, that's where you need to seize that motivation moment. And motivation is a fragile thing. That's one of those things where it's very fleeting. Motivation is like the golden snitch of Quidditch. It's like if you even catch a little flicker of it, like if you see a glimmer of motivation fly by you, you have to grab it and you have to seize it, or else it's going to be gone. It's for sure going to be gone. You just need to seize that motivation. You need to get it and roll with it. And really too, you're just kind of thinking about it, this is probably great advice for all aspects of life. I've found that if I've got a project or maybe 3 different projects that I've got going on at once for work, I've definitely noticed that there's a momentum that comes with motivation too. So if you're already kind of like digging in on something, that's part of it too. Just go with it. That's the momentum that you need to get these projects done. So if you're at work and you feel motivation for one thing, even if it's not your top priority, better to get something done than get nothing done. If you don't act on any of your motivations, you're just going to get paralyzed. You're going to get paralyzed and then you're not going to do anything. Mistake number 3, something that I frequently do, but I feel pretty good about this as something that I'm no longer going to do, and hopefully you guys won't do either. And it's comparing your home to someone else's home, or comparing your home to, the Jonges, to that home, the home that you dream of being yours. It's awesome to find inspiration by looking at other homes, Instagram and Pinterest and Better Homes and Gardens, or whatever it is that you're finding your inspiration from. Great. But if you are constantly questing to make your home that home, the truth is it's just never going to be that home. Your home, my home, is never going to be that home. And it's just a downer. It's a overall downer to be working on your own space and then to feel cruddy about it. If you feel cruddy about working on your own space because you didn't achieve whatever that person had, that's just a bummer. There's no reason to feel that way, because ultimately, if we're just constantly trying to make our home into someone else's home, there's a good chance that we're just going to be going out and buying a bunch of stuff. It's unreasonable. We're almost like not even thinking for ourselves. We're just trying to project and replicate whatever somebody else has already, created that we're lusting over. It's the same reason that we feel down when we open up Facebook and everybody else is showing their shots of all the fun that they're having, and you start to feel a little bit down about things because you're like, oh man, I'm just sitting here on my, couch not having any fun while all these people are having so much fun. But it's the same thing. If we're sitting here like, I'm just sitting in my dirty house feeling like a slob while they're Instagramming beautiful, inspirational photos, you're gonna feel crappy. So I say just figure out, hey, what is it about those photos that you really love? What is it about their home? Is it that it's got tons of bright colors? Is it that it's really, really white? Is it that it's super organized and everything is labeled? Whatever it is that you love specifically about those homes, then try to integrate it into your own. Don't try to just be those people, because we're not going to be them. And I say this specifically because I think about this a lot. When we're not at work, which we spend a lot of time at work, we're at home. We spend so much time in our houses. So our house should feel good, It should feel like a place that you want to be in. It should feel like your house, not like their house. So, mistake number 4. This one I'm particularly bad at, and I don't think I'll actually ever learn from this one. It's letting an unfinished project go too long. Yeah. Everybody is guilty of this. I'm probably particularly guilty of it because I'm a starter and not really a finisher. It's great to juggle projects. If you feel motivation, sure, set something down, go to that other project. But if you let a project sit too long, it's just like letting your donate items sit in your house too long. It just sort of starts becoming your house again. So for me, I started sorting mail a couple days ago. Last week. It was super good, right? Like just perfectly piled out of every type of category I could have. Great, right? Felt really good about it. And then it just sat there. And sat there and sat there and sat there. It's sitting there. And this is where I cook. Like this is where we hang out in the kitchen a lot. We need this island space. But instead of finishing that project, together we just let it sit. Laundry, another big unfinished project that just kind of then becomes the house again. Sometimes I have like a day where I'm like on it, load after load after load, super good about it. I'm feeling really stoked to have clean clothes again and clean underwear again and things like that. But then you notice that it's like the end of the day you lose steam, then you're just kind of dumping the piles on the sofa, and then it grows and then it falls. Then you don't know what's clean and what's dirty. It's not cool. So laundry's a big one. There's some walls that we had started painting, and we didn't finish the trim area because we didn't have a ladder tall enough at the time. And this has gone on for a long time, and I'll notice it probably on a daily basis, and it's just one of those things that kind of weighs on you. I don't want to think about that every day. I don't want to spend that little piece of my brain thinking about the fact that like, oh, I got to paint that trim. So anyway, that's pretty much it. So this segues into the next part of my video. I am going to go through and just try to finish up a few of my unfinished projects, because I would say that's the biggest mistake. Out of the 4, the unfinished projects sitting around for too long is one of the worst. So I'm going to finish sorting my mail, take out all the donate in the trash, finish painting my trim, and get all the laundry done. So that's what I'm going to spend my day doing. I hope you guys will come along with me. Okay, so this stuff behind me, I feel like I should have to draw some attention to it because you probably have seen it in some shots and you're thinking like, what's all that stuff back there? So just so you know, this stuff is stuff that I'm keeping, but I haven't yet decorated the home with. So there's stuff that's going on the walls, there's stuff that's, I guess, going on surfaces. I'm not totally sure. Because we still have to paint one whole half of our house here, we're kind of holding off on putting that stuff on the wall, but it is taking up a really good chunk of real estate in our living room. So that's what that is, in case anybody was wondering. So this table I'm particularly proud of, and the reason is because it's in its final state and I'm not planning on putting anything else on it. This is it. This light here actually works as like a night light for our daughter at night if she feels like she needs to come visit us in our bedroom. It stays on all the time, and it is a rock salt light. So I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's supposed to be pretty cool. There's actually some controversy over them. I choose to believe that they're healthy for you, and it's supposedly can like purify the air. I think we have so much air in here because of the tall ceilings, so I definitely don't expect it to be doing much purifying, but it does give a very cool kind of ambient glow, and it's got just this, textured, earthy, natural feel to it. I've had a lot of people who have commented on this lamp over the years, so I'm just going to go ahead and link it in my description if anybody's interested in them. I got mine actually just at a little booth in the mall, but I'll link to another company that sells them on Amazon if you guys want to check it out. Alrighty, so I regret to say that I did not quite get to all the things that I wanted to finish up. I guess that's just life. The thing that I did not get to was that darn trim up above my gallery wall. That is just gonna be a project that I'll have to do next weekend, which is fine, it just, I really wanted to come back to the camera and be like, I did it all, but it's getting to be dinner time and I gotta do some family time. So painting is gonna have to happen later. I feel pretty accomplished, I think that's the best we can hope for. All right, that's it from me. I hope you have a good week, and if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and you'll be notified every time I do a new video, but just a hint, it's basically gonna be on Thursdays. So thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.